Hey guys, so today this video is going to be about the fear of being seen. This is a topic that resonates with me the best because for years I didn't want to have social media. I didn't make any vlogs or videos or do anything that was going to remotely put me in any sort of limelight. I've also been like that in my past life with work, like just trying to keep my head down and work and stay neutral and just remain as close to a regular basic worker as possible so I don't stand out too much. I always felt like I had a lot to say, like my message or part of my purpose was sharing my experiences with other people to help inspire them or make them feel like, maybe you're not alone in your experiences. For me, mainly because as a creative, it gets very lonely and a lot of people don't understand your obligations and your time can be set up a lot different as a creative or even just a person with my spiritual beliefs and backgrounds. I find myself doing things that other people don't do with their time. And so I created the channel for people that were like struggling to persevere on their journey of being a different person, a better person. Even if it wasn't in the creative aspect, if you were just trying to be a better person, I feel like it requires a degree of loneliness and isolation that people don't understand to become a better person. And so I wanted to share with you guys a couple of reasons why I feel like people are afraid to be seen. And maybe, just thinking of some of these things and how it applies to you might help you to get out of doing that. One of the main reasons why I feel like we have this issue is because I feel like people care too much what other people think. And I fall in this category as well because for years I thought, people are used to seeing me this way, or people are used to knowing me as this way. People aren't used to me really talking and putting my ideas and feelings out of there. I'm usually pretty reserved and quiet for the most part if I can be. If you talk to me, I'll talk to you. I like to joke and play around, but my natural self loves quiet. Like, that's just how I am. So I feel like it took a while for me to feel strong enough to share my ideas because I felt like people would be like, well, that's not how you feel, or you don't talk like that, that's not really how you are. But it really is, my secret hidden self, this is how I really am. And so it feels good sometimes to be able to share that with other people. I got used to saying like, well, if I film this or I talk about this, how will this impact this person? Or what will people think if I make a video about this subject or whatever? And I got tired of worrying about the fallout, what was going to happen if I decided to talk about the things that matter to me. And so I feel like if you care too much what other people think, you'll stunt your growth, your creativity, your just ability to get better at anything. Another reason why I feel like people are afraid to be seen is because you're scared to get it wrong. So I put off filming my vlogs for a very long time because I didn't like how it looked. I didn't like how some of them would come out. I was afraid that people would look at me and be like, this is what you spend all your time doing and it doesn't even look good. And in the beginning, it didn't look good. I had this little vlogging set up with my phone and I was excited and I ran home and I started vlogging right away. I made my little scripts and stuff like that and it was bad. Like I was reading off of the script during the video. The lighting didn't look good. The settings and stuff on the camera wasn't like what I felt like other people were able to do with their YouTube videos. And immediately I thought like, well, this is trash. I don't want this to be seen. But what helped me was just posting the videos anyway. It was just hitting publish was like one of the best things that I did, because even now, with my videos being something I don't want to see, I'm able to look at it and see the progress or see what I need to do differently or better. I just want you guys to know that you shouldn't wait until you have the perfect setup to start. You should still be starting, because those videos where I failed, those videos where it didn't look the greatest, are still videos that I can use for data, right? So I look back on those videos and analytics, and sometimes it didn't matter that the quality was trash. Sometimes it didn't matter that I was reading off the paper. Sometimes the topic itself was able to carry me further than I expected. So if you're waiting for it to be perfect, you might be missing your mark. Another thing is you might be afraid because you might not believe in your own vision. I've had this issue for years. Sometimes I'll think my vision may even be too big for myself. And a thing that I've noticed that I've been doing lately is keeping my dream very protected, very secretive to me, because I don't want other people's doubts and worries to get in my head. And I try to remind myself that even though every day is not ideal or perfect, like as long as I'm working towards my dream or my vision, then I'm fine. It's a journey. Every day is not going to be perfect. It's not going to happen as fast as I wanted to, but I know that it's work that needs to be done nonetheless. And so don't get yourself caught up in believing your vision is unobtainable, because once you put that seed of doubt in your head, I feel like you have a big issue. And just to be very clear, there's days where I wake up and I'm like, what am I doing? Or like, why am I trying to pursue this thing? This is crazy. All week I wasn't in the mood. I started to doubt or wonder what was the purpose of me starting this channel. I started to wonder if anybody was even watching, cared, or was going to listen. Then I said, no, it's not about statistics and analytics. It's not about how I feel. It's about the end result. It's about why I started the process in the first place. It's not about right now, what's happening right now. Because if I really believed in the vision, I would keep going regardless. I hinted on this loosely already, but regret and resentment is another one, like I said. For me, it just didn't feel good not to create. When I keep my camera off and I shield myself in the world and I try to, just put my head down and follow along with everybody else, or as Earl Nightingale calls it, the herd, I don't feel good because I feel like I have a message, a story, a purpose, a need to create that outweighs my need to try to fit in with everybody else. So when I don't do the things that I like to do or what I want to do, I don't feel good. Like, I get cranky. I don't want to be bothered. I feel tired and drained. I try to fit into what everybody else wants me to do, and it just does not feel good. If I'm going to work and spending time, being bothered doing tedious tasks or functions or things that I don't want to do, or even if the job is rewarding or fun, right? I still have a need or a knack to create. I still have a need or a knack to share my story with other people in hopes that it helps to change other people's lives. If I don't do it, it's not going to work for me. Now that I put in your head, or you have in your head, that you want to be seen, how do you go out and be seen? One of the things is to do it. Okay, so nothing to it but to do it. You can't keep talking about the thing that you want to do. Talking about the thing is not doing the thing. If you want to do it and you say, I'm afraid to vlog these hair tutorials, I don't think people will watch, so what? Just film the video anyway, edit the video, and put the video out. But the ifs, the what ifs, the I can't, the it's not going to be is craziness. Like, I feel like you're back talking yourself out of it. And if you're afraid, the best way to conquer fear is kind of to just do it. It's going to get better. You can be afraid of this thing, but without the repetition, you're going to continue to be afraid. I feel like fear is honestly caused by not being used to something. You're treading into unfamiliar territory, and you have to understand that fear is normal and it's okay. But what's not normal is if you allow that fear to control your life. So that's why I say repetition. Repetition will decrease fear. Repetition will help you to feel better about the things you're afraid of. Think about it like this. When you start your first day at work, a lot of us are nervous. We don't know what the people are going to be like. We don't know if we're going to be good at the job. It's embarrassing to learn a new skill. And after a few weeks of doing the same thing all the time, you get so good at the job, you don't even remember why you were afraid. To the point where if a new employee is hired and they ask you to train that person, what do you usually say to that person? Don't be afraid. Don't worry. You're going to be fine. Once you learn it, you'll get comfortable and you'll understand it. So if you apply that same logic and mentality that you share with other people, or you've had in your experiences of not knowing something, it's the same thing for yourself. You're only afraid because you don't know. You have to practice and get your reps up to where you feel confident. And the confidence is going to decrease the fear. That is genuinely how I feel. So it's nothing to it but to do it. Remember why you started your journey. For you, if you're somebody that's pursuing a new career, why? Is it going to help you have more time for your family? Is it going to put more money in your pocket? Remember the purpose behind why you did it. Yes, you're afraid now, but remember why you're doing it. So the next steps are to make a list of things that you feel like you would be good at, or make a list of things that you've always wanted to pursue or try but don't. And ask yourself why. Why is it that you don't try it? For example, have you been wanting to vlog for the longest? You feel like it'll be fun. You feel like it'll be a cool outlet. Why don't you do it? Because you don't have the right camera equipment or right gear, because there's people that are blowing up and that have lots of success, leaving their jobs, etc., everything off of a phone. So there's really no excuse. What is it that is really holding you back from pursuing some of the things that you said that you want to do? Is it your mindset? Is it financial? Are there things in the way? Because there's different things for everybody. There's different roadblocks that might cause you to not really feel like you can be able to start or do the thing that you want to do. So I am interested in hearing about what you feel like those roadblocks are. However, if you're somebody and you've been able to get past those roadblocks and you want to be completely honest with yourself and you're like, there's really no excuse, then you really should get started today, tomorrow. The latest is the time to start working on those things that you may have written down. I feel like now is the time to start making progress towards those goals, writing down some steps, some actionable steps that you could take to try to start working on something that you say you love or desire to do. And stop letting the fear of being seen stunt your growth, because I did it for a very long time. It's time wasted that I can't get back, but I'm so happy now that I am pursuing things that I like and want to do, even when they fail, even when they don't turn out the way that I want, because it makes me feel better about myself overall as a person, that I put myself out there. So if you guys liked what you heard today and you enjoyed this video, one of the things you need to do is write that list, and 2, subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys next time.